What up, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. Sorry I didn't make any videos yesterday. I just had a lot going on with my other business, and so I just didn't have the time. But I'm here today to give you a reading, some messages from the divine, and then also I'm going to do messages from your deceased loved ones. So I'm just going to do both in one video so I can get them done. I hope everyone is staying healthy and not going out of their minds if they're stuck at home. Some people can't, they don't like to be home that much. So I'm sure it's causing a lot of conflict between people. So just try and stay positive and have patience and understanding for those around you. What else? The sun finally came out here. I'm glad. I'm so tired of winter. Oh my Lord. I'm sick of winter. I'm ready to be able to go hiking and all that fun stuff. There's one. I don't know. That's about all my news. It's not very exciting. But I'll go ahead and get these cards shuffled and then we'll get started. It shouldn't take very long. This won't be a very long video. Hopefully I don't stumble my words during the whole thing. I thought it'd get better after retrograde. There we go. Maybe not. I don't know if retrograde's still going on or not, to be honest. But if not, it's the after effects that are fucking with me. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to pull 4 of each deck. Okay. The first one is perfectionism. How am I going to do this? And it says, permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's not the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. I'm a little like that, I guess. Divine timing. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we are prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. And hang on. The next one is independence. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. Okay, one more of these, and then we'll move on to the next. Can't quite grab them. Intention. Intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. So those, I don't remember what this deck's name is. I don't really remember a lot of my deck's names, I guess. These ones are messages from the universe. Out of one of those decks. Let me shuffle them real quick. I did shuffle them a little bit before I started, so it shouldn't take too long. I might be able to do one more video, and if I do, it's going to be on why people tend to run from love. I think that was the next one I was going to do, so I'm sure I'm going to have the time. I actually have peace and quiet because my kiddo went to go do her thing, and so I don't have her here watching TV and talking on her phone and all that good stuff. Love her to death, but there's days. She's like that with me too, though. I get on her nerves too. It's kind of funny to get on each other's nerves, really. Okay, so the first one, it says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. The next one says, I am the dreamer of my dream. Oneness is my truest nature. And one more. One more here. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Okay, and then I'm going to move into the Talking to Heavens deck. And we will get started. The first one I pulled is Believe in Yourself, You Can Do It. And the message is, from my heavenly vantage point, I can see and understand everything so much more clearly now. I can see that you and I never had anything to be afraid of. The only thing that was ever standing in our way was fear about the future. Yet now I realize that you and I create our own future. So I'm urging you to go forward with all of your heartfelt dreams. Leave nothing to chance. I believe in you because I love you, but also because I can see that nothing is stopping you unless you believe it is. I will be with you every step of the way. God, it kind of made me emotional. Ugh. I am just a thought away. We get this one a lot. Please don't think of me as gone, because I am not. I am right here. Please don't think of heaven as up in the sky, because it's not. It's right here. Yes, I am happily busy with learning and helping, but I am also happily willing to be right by your side the moment that you need me. All of our former communication barriers have been lifted, and I now understand and hear you perfectly. I hear your thoughts, and please don't worry, I don't judge them or you. My heart is now completely open to compassion, and I understand and I love you like I never could before. That's why I am with you the moment you think of me. The next one is, I have no more no more earthly worries. If I could speak, Jesus. I have to be honest with you. Life was very stressful for me. I probably should have been more open and forthcoming about my feelings, but I held them in most of the time, and that was damaging for my physically and oh my Lord, I can't talk. Ugh, that was damaging for me physically and emotionally. I will admit to you now that I was deeply afraid during my life. I was afraid that you and others wouldn't love me if you knew who I truly was. I felt like I was deeply flawed and didn't want you to know. Now that I'm here, though, everything's turned in a completely new direction. I now see that I had nothing wrong with me except my belief that I was flawed. And that belief caused me to act in ways that were harmful to myself and others. And I apologize for hurting you. I thank God that I have no more earthly worries, and I can now express myself fully to you as I truly am. Now that I no longer am concerned about others' judgments and don't stress about money, work, or day-to-day life, I'm completely carefree. That just brings up a really good point that, people that cast judgment against others and, want to gossip and point their fingers and talk shit about people, you have no idea what that person's going through inside. And, a lot of people that do commit suicide, it's because of the judgment from others and the way people treat them. And, it's time for us to come together as, decent human beings, loving, and, we need to support each other. And no matter if somebody's different or, what the color of their skin, or what, if they are a man that's, into men, or whatever people's situations are, who cares? I mean, that's the whole point. Who gives a fuck? We're not here to be the same. And the people that want to be the same as other people, they really need to learn a lot about life, because that's not what it's about. It's about, doing everything with unconditional love in our hearts, having understanding for other people, and, to support people so we're not having people committing suicide. Or I'm not saying that this person did, but I mean, it just really triggers me. Um, and it's enough is enough of being mean to people and allowing your kids to go to school and bully kids and not do anything about it. And oh gosh, I'm just really disappointed in this world. I'm just disappointed in human beings, period, because nobody has any compassion for anyone. Nobody cares if they hurt somebody, and if they do, they don't care. It's not, no skin off their back. They're not the ones that are, left with the hurt and, the time that they're grieving through whatever they're grieving through. They just don't care. Our people are so greedy that they want more and more and more money. Well, what about the people that can't afford to eat or don't have a place to live? And, we need to quit being so greedy and selfish and self-centered and start thinking about ourselves. Think about yourself. If you have self-love and respect, then you can pretty much have love and respect for others. But if you don't, then you're pretty much where you're at, I'm sure. Anyways, we have been together in dreams, and that brings up a good point too. If you do have a deceased loved one that you say you haven't dreamt about and you haven't connected with, and if you want to, just meditate and ask the higher above or whatever you believe to have that person come visit you in your dreams, and it will happen for sure. Okay, so we what was that one? We have been together in dreams. You find that one? There we go. When you are dreaming, I can more easily connect with you. That's why you've seen and felt my presence while you sleep. Sometimes you fully remember our dream connection, and other times you have a sense that we were together without a clear memory. These experiences are very real. Your soul is traveling while you dream, and I meet you at a vulnerable level, where we can talk, share, and heal together. These dreams connections make me as happy as they do you. I am also delighted to help you understand their meaning in our conversations. So when you're meeting, and obviously in your dreams, you're communicating about life in general. Maybe like it said, like you guys are talking about your dreams and the communication you have in them, and kind of working it out, and making yourself realize that when you do meet a deceased loved one at any moment, is often real. Sometimes I'm sure it's not, but I mean, more than likely it is real, that you've actually, you're having a connection and communication with them from not in their physical body, I guess is how I put it. Or like if you do dream of something, all your dreams, if you really pay attention, it's really cool. What I suggest is having a dream journal. And so like when you wake up in the morning, and if you instantly you're thinking about a dream, and so I always write it down, because it's really interesting to see how many dreams that you really do have the same, and the same type of people that you have in it. And sometimes it's the same messages. If a lot of people, one of their gifts would be, they have the dream gift, is what I'd call it, where they find out stuff that's happening here in this life, or in the future or whatever, in their dreams, which is really cool. I have never really experienced that so much. I don't hardly ever remember my dreams. Once in a great while I do, but my daughter is like, she's so she dreams every single night. She gets up and she's always telling me about them. And then like say a couple weeks, a month go by, and all of a sudden that same thing happens. We both just look at each other like, holy shit, that's cool. I mean, after a while you get kind of used to it, but when it first starts happening, even like with any type of psychic gift, you're like, oh my God, am I losing my fucking mind? Did I just really see that? And people are looking at you like, I don't know what the fuck you're seeing. And you get to the point where you're like, you don't even say anything. Or if you do, you're like, never mind. It's all right. Just never mind. Because people just, I mean, unless you experience like a lot of my gifts, there's just so many. It's kind of overwhelming. And it's still my daughter. I still kind of take her off guard. I'm like, is that real over there? And she's like, what, Mom? And I'm like, that guy. And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh. She looks at me like, my God, what have you been smoking today, lady? But not really. I mean, I don't know. But sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming. Well, I guess I will stop just talking to hear myself talk, I guess, is what I'm doing. So I hope that you guys all have a great rest of your day. I think today's Friday. Sorry, I'm not one that keeps up on days. I work from home, and so I don't have to worry about that. I don't ever write the date, so I guess I don't give a shit. So anyways, everybody have a great weekend. If it is a weekend, if not, I'm sure tomorrow's Friday, so then enjoy your weekend. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm sending much healing, peace, positive vibes, joy, and peace.